Hello and welcome along. Today we are back on Gunther, and again we are heading off to do another harvesting mission down on field 32. It has I'm not 100% sure what crop it is, but we're going to get this out of the way. We're going to get this done. A, because we need the money. We only have 1900, so we need that. And B, because I'm going to switch from this version of the map to version 2 in between this episode and next episode. So we're going to do this and get this a little bit done. And the idea, hopefully, is that next time then we can get to work doing the on building our yard. So that's what I'm aiming to do. Take the map down because we don't need it that big, and the field is down here. There is a nice gold nugget here. That's the thing I'm intrigued about in FS19. Is there going to be something like gold nuggets? And if so, I'm not sure I'm going to want to use them. Because the whole thing about starting from scratch in FS19 is going to be the whole thing about starting with a little bit of money. If you get $1 million for that, then I'm not sure it's worth it. Oh, wow. Okay, so we are going to be using a Class Mega 208 today, which is fantastic. And I'm liking the field prices on this map, actually. None of these fields feel horribly out of reach to me. Right, again, we're going to be destroying a little bit of crop while we get the header on. But that's fine. It's a position of where your machinery is not always good for when you've got crop destruction on. Right, unfold our harvester, turn it on, and away we go. Now, ideally, I should have the auger in field at the beginning for the first round around the field, but we're doing fine here. And this is going to be this is a 25-minute mission. This should easily be able to be covered in less time than that. I reckon we're about 15-20 minutes, which is fantastic. We'll knock this out. Harvesting missions always give a good return on the amount of money we get. So that's a good thing. That's going to work to our advantage. And hopefully, as I said, we're going to transfer all of this across to V2. And after doing that, what we're going to have is we're going to be set up in a position, hopefully, where where maybe we'll be able to buy another grass field, because where we're going to build our farm, where we're going to expand our farm, is into field 3, and of course field 3 up there, that is one of the 2 grass fields we have. So I'm hoping maybe I can expand the farm, or our farm, a little bit by maybe picking up field 19, or possibly field 6 or field 5, you know, something down around that way. I'm actually looking at it and going 19 or 18 are probably good ones, considering where the BGA is. So yeah, I want to expand that way, but the only way we can expand at the moment is by doing missions, by doing this contracting stuff. So I think that is, as I said many times before in this series so far, that I think is going to be one of the integral things to FS19, to starting from nothing like this, is that you are going to have to do a whole load of contracts to get yourself moving, get yourself off the ground. But the thing I love, and the thing that will give it that little bit extra, is the whole thing that you go to a screen and do it. But also you could use your own equipment. And using your own equipment to do that is just, to me, I love that. It means that you can build up a contracting business with equipment and go, right, I'm going to do I'm gonna get a combine to do this contracting, or I'm gonna start off with a single tractor like this and then buy pieces of equipment as I build up my my contracting and things like that. So yeah, I'm rather excited by that. I'm rather looking forward to that and seeing how that works and how it goes. One thing I am interested to know is if you're doing a combining contract like this, can you pick and choose the equipment that you use? So, for example, say I'm a contractor and I've got a tractor and a trailer but not a combine. And I go to do this mission. I can cart the corn because I have a tractor and trailer, but I don't have a combine. So does that mean that I can go, right, I just want the combine for that mission? And that would be an interesting thing to see. Or whether you have to use all of the farmer's equipment or none of it. I would very much like to know that. We're doing fairly well at the moment. We're knocking out our second headland. We are. What's kind of effect is having here? So it's not a huge field. It is a nice combine. I considered using this combine on a couple of maps, and we may end up with something like this on here. But it is, yeah, it's quite a nice combine. Let's, now that's the thing, right, let's get our spout back in. Like that. Whoop. Back in. Now this of course does have this class bit up here. So trying to get a screenshot of this is going to be fun. I'm going to have to try and we have to zoom out quite a way, I think, to get this. Oh, it's yeah, fiddly because of this, but we'll be all right. There we go. I think there is a free roaming camera mod. That basically means that your camera goes, you can move it about anywhere, and as a result you can sort of get some really, really nice screenshots. A bit like on ETS, you can stop and take a screenshot. I'd rather like a piece of functionality like that for FS. That would be pretty cool, I think. Right, last one. We only need 3 headlands. Good width on the header here. Let's take that back. So yeah, that is quite difficult. That class thing does remain up for the entire time, which does make the whole thing that little bit more difficult to do. Well, we can take a screenshot from the other side. We can do that in a minute, maybe. But it's chomping through this. 3rd headland, we don't need a 4th, I don't think, looking at this. And it's taking this this canola quite nicely. It's actually a really nice detailed mod, this. I think this is the one that was in the mod competition. And it's, because there's 2 of these 208s. And they're both nice mods, but they're nice for different reasons. Each of them has a bit about them that is just that you know that the other doesn't. And I'm intrigued to know if it's the header for this combine that it's got. I'm guessing it is because it tends to pick up the same the header to go with the combine based on the recommendation, which is quite cool. I'm wondering if that's why every so often we get a double header set up, because the recommendation on that header is set wrong. That would be interesting, and that'd be something to go look at, actually. Looking through my headers and see if there's a misset recommendation for the header to go with, and that's why you get the double header set up every so often. Or whether that's just an oddity. I think it must be mod related, because you never get it with any other headers, only with those New Holland headers that happen along every so often. And quite often happens when I'm doing the realism experiment on Cobalt Farm. That's when those tend to hit and tend to come into play. Right, so there we go. This field is okay. This field is done this way, so we'll just reverse up here, line ourselves up. There we are. And then we can go in cab. We can choose what to line ourselves on, which isn't very easy where we are at the moment, but I do have something to roughly line on, so we're going to try and keep that in the middle, roughly where it is at the moment, and that should mean that we come out nice and straight on the far side of this. Looks like that's where we're heading, so that's good. That's fantastic news. Go and round. Ooh. Not quite as good a turn as maybe we should have done that fourth heading. But we are motoring through this very nice. So yeah, my conversion from the current version of this, which is version 1, to version 2, which will come in next week, because unfortunately, due to me not being very well this week, Monday was supposed to be an episode on this map, and I wasn't well enough to record it. So yeah, what we'll be doing is next week we will be on V2 of this map, and with that we will start building our yard. So the next episode I plan to start building our yard. I'm hoping we're going to have enough money from doing this harvest to do it. We certainly should be able to afford the roller to put the new grounds down, which of course is a departure from how FS19 will do it, because that will allow you to I think you can place blocks of ground, if I remember correctly from FarmerCon. But I'm interested to see how it works, see how you build a farmyard, how you place gravel and dirt and all of those kind of things. It would be quite cool if there was a roller that let you do it. But I think, yeah, it's more than likely it'll be placeable like everything else. Yeah, 50% full. We're never actually going to get full. We're emptying every so often into a vehicle that comes along that we don't see, that we turn away from. There we go. So Eddie should be back on Ballincraig tomorrow for the penultimate episode. If Boltons can get their BGA working, he will be selling some silage there. At the moment, it's not playing ball, as I understand it. But yeah, he should hopefully be selling silage for the penultimate episode, with a view to having bought the last 4 fields of the estate for the final episode. And that's the thing. That is where Eddie has been heading this whole time. 80 episodes ago, when he had very little of the farm initially left, he has been working towards rebuying the whole estate. And so hopefully on Sunday, that is what we're going to see. We're going to see Eddie reunite his grandfather's estate with any luck. So we will see how that goes. Will he make it? There's only one way to find out. Right, so yeah, we've taken a set here that is quite wide. That has a quite a small area at this end to do, and as a result, I think our best bet is actually going to be just to knock this little bit out on its own and then go and cut in again. That will be the best way to do this. Otherwise, we're just driving this massive gap, and at that point, it starts to become less efficient to be harvesting it that way. There we go. Whoa. My head didn't go down. There we go. Perfect. Right, so we need to cut into this last bit. I want to try and cut into about the middle of it, really. And if we can keep the line of... Yeah, actually there is perfect. And that is about the line we want as well. And if we... Yeah. So that works brilliantly, actually. I'm really pleased with that. Let's see if we can't get a decent screenshot of that. As we cut through. Perfect. That's only slightly off. I'm quite happy with that. Lift it up, bring our screen back on. Move that out. Back in cab. In. So we are a good 5/6 of the way there. We will get this done in a really good time, actually. Doing a lot of harvesting recently, mainly because I love harvesting. I love doing this. And one of the things I think, one of the avenues I think I might explore is this whole idea of getting a harvester and a tractor and trailer and setting myself up as a contractor doing that initially. I think that will be a great thing, and then looking to upgrade the harvester as I go. And then, you know, I can look at getting a cultivator to do that job, and I can look at getting a seeder to do that job, and just go out there and then rent and hire off the farmer for the farmers the other jobs to do. And I just think it would be a fantastic way of doing things. I'm really intrigued to see if the mission stuff extends to multiplayer. So I know you can do missions in multiplayer. What I'm wondering is if you can do missions set by other players. That would be fantastic. That would be really, really cool. Because you got the MP manager allows you to do exactly that kind of thing. So either A, I would love to see the mission system extend to other players being able to set you missions, but also I would love to see I'd love to see the MP manager company. I'm really hoping that there is that ability, that offer, that those kind of things will be available. So yeah, we shall see. Right, and in. So we are almost there. We're most of the way there. It's going to be about 20-ish minutes this episode, I think. And I didn't check how much money we get for doing this. I think it'll be a decent amount because this is not the largest of combines. So it's not like we've taken a massive combine to this field, but we are. But it has done it in a good time, in a good amount of time. And one upside of switching to V2 is we may end up having more harvesting missions available But we are going to vary it a bit. I think we need to do a bit more silage. We need to do a bit more grass for silage. So we'll be doing that over the next few episodes as well. Is our main focus. You know, that's why we are buying up grass fields. Partly because we can easily feed the sheep doing it. And partly because silage will be a great way for us to bring in money. With a minimal amount of kit. I mean, we need a tractor, a silage harvester, and a mower, and we're all good. We will still be running on slow growth, simply because I'm so used to slow growth now. Playing the seasons for as long as I have, I'm used to crops taking their time to grow. There we go, 10,000. So 30 over 13,000 off that. That's fantastic. Gate is opening for us, which is brilliant. But I'm happy with that. So we are going to take our Volt truck. We're going to head back up to our yard. And yeah, as I said, next time we will be heading on to version 2 of this map. Once we've got it all converted and the save game moved across. I've got to recreate the save game. I'm going to do a new save game. But we'll be in the same position with the same amount of money. I will try and get it to a very similar time of day and everything. You can see actually the combine is mucked up a little bit and we still have the numbers on the screen from that. So that's interesting. That 208, if you give it a mission, it leaves numbers on the screen. Yeah, so that is where I am going to leave today's episode. That has been a successful piece of work. And hopefully will help us get the building work on our yard started. But for now, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for the latest videos and live streams from FendtFarmer, please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.